Going by today's definition, I'm a Brahmin, but I don't think I'm a Brahmin in conduct or in mentality. I see more of Rajasic tendencies in me, and therefore perhaps I should have been in a different caste, so to speak, or a different category, so to speak. Despite coming from that background, I come from a low middle class family. So I was always educated in state board schools, in Andhra state board schools. The one thing that is common to most students who are products of Andhra Pradesh state board schools is that whenever they are pitted against students who come from the CBSE medium of education, they always have a sense of inferiority. I've noticed that. Maybe over a point of time, it evens itself out. But at some stage, that exists. Okay? So the question that I asked myself was, I come from a certain background which prides in its educational history, or in the fact that it has a temper for education or a passion for education. And if someone who comes from that background suffers from a certain amount of complex only because he's been educated in a state board education or in a state board school, imagine the mental strength or the mental state of mind of someone who's come from a family that has witnessed or that has been subjected to oppression for thousands of years, or at least, at the very least, 500 years. And when he's suddenly pitted against the rest of the community, and he's now told, now the competition is open to you. I'm sorry, it's not a level playing field because mentally you're different. There is a certain sense of confidence that comes from being part of a certain community or a certain background which has always been comfortable with education. And then you're telling them, now the field is open to you and let's have an open playing field or a level playing field. It is going to take a certain point of time until they come at the same level as you in terms of confidence, not in terms of aptitude. There's a difference. There must be someone who's absolutely good at mathematics, but if he doesn't believe that he's good at mathematics, even his brain will refuse to function. That is the difference between aptitude, interest, and confidence. So reservation, according to me, was meant to be affirmative action to give them the same level of confidence. So I do believe, and frankly speaking, if you were to go to several pockets of this country, and if you go outside the urban islands, there is a certain amount of discrimination that is still going on. And if you refuse to accept that fact, it is to your detriment, because your refusal to accept that fact is helping somebody else exploit him to take him out of the dharmic fold. So it's in your interest to accept that fact and do something about it. That's point number one. Point number two is, the question would be for how long? We keep citing Ambedkar, saying he said it's only for so many years or for so many generations, and even he didn't think of it as a permanent solution. He didn't think of it as a permanent solution when the community has arrived at a point where its caste identity does not matter anymore. When intercaste marriages become the norm. When it is perfectly possible for you to think of a marriage outside of your caste without being constricted or constrained by other considerations. Will they have the same eating habits? These kind of stupid questions go on in everybody's head. So when that is the case, I do believe that there must be a certain amount of continuity as far as caste-based reservations are concerned, notwithstanding the fact that my own people may not agree with me, or people from my community may not agree with me, but take it from me in writing. Anybody who's come from my kind of background would certainly understand what is that I'm trying to say. But I would certainly ask myself a question. 3 generations, 4 generations, you've arrived at a certain post. There are people who are now in the topmost bureaucratic posts of this country. Just as people responded to Prime Minister Modi's call for giving up LPG subsidies, would there be a similar response if he were to ask them to give up reservations? As opposed to the state imposing that kind of requirement, asking them to give up their reservations, it's better if it comes from the community itself, because that's a powerful statement. But the more practical consideration being, no political party will have the guts to ask for reservations on caste basis to be banned. So you might as well ensure that the response is more societal, because that will be even more powerful. Because that is a sign that we are all integrated. And that is a sign that the caste card can never be used by anybody from within the community or outside the community to drive a wedge between you.